Yeah, back on the SportsMax zone, we're having a chat with West Indies all-rounder Odean Smith. Of course, he'll be playing for the Ghana Amazon Warriors in this year's Caribbean Premier League tournament. And before the break, we were talking about his experience in this year's Indian Premier League. Played 6 matches in the 2022 campaign. Didn't play a match this time around, but he was telling us before the break that in many ways it was a more fruitful experience given his opportunities to train and improve his game overall. Odean, I just want you to give us some insights into what you do for an entire season when you are not playing, that leads to the type of development and improvement that you are talking about, and the type of work that the coaches there take you through.
I think you have to go through the off season first, where you do a lot of physical work, probably 5 days a week, physical training to get your level of fitness where you peak at the right time. Because if you get fit before the season, you could easily get injured. So I think. And
the off season is when? So you have the Indian Premier League starting in April. So the off season would be when?
I don't get any off season anymore. Yeah, so it's a whole year thing. Currently, and cricket has always been played. So whenever I get a break, it's like there's a league playing, so I'm going to play.
Yeah.
But now I have a little break where I could work on the stuff that I've been working on during the IPL. There's an India series coming up. I was sent home to try and get ready for that India series. So I'm just gonna continue doing what I was doing in India. Get my physical work up, and probably after the first 3 weeks, I'll start like cricket training, where I start batting and bowling. Yeah.
I want to get an idea though of the type of work they take you throughout the course of the IPL while you're there.
So we'd have training. Well, this year was hectic because this was like we have a home game today, rest tomorrow, travel the other day, and then we have a game. And it was like that for the entire IPL. So it was home away, home away, home away. So it was just training and traveling. Because I wasn't playing. So it was just training and traveling.
And what were some of the things the coaches there, what were some of the things they were working on?
Well, for my batting, because when I went there, I specified what I wanted to improve on. So when it pertains to the batting, I told them, I wanted to be able to, pull well. So, I worked on that for a while. I work on batting spin, because, there's a lot of good spinners in India. I worked on batting spin. Bowling, I was working on my death bowling, because most of the teams I'm going to play for in franchise cricket, I think they're going to need me to do that aspect of the game.
Those last 4 overs.
Yeah, so I was doing a lot of work on my death bowling also, and physical. You always have to work on a physical.
Yeah. In terms of the spin bowling component, because I think we've long identified that it's become more of an issue in the West Indies, where our batsmen have struggled to play spin, to be able to rotate strike against spin and so on. So what specifically would you have worked on? Was it about, okay, this is how we hit them out of the park, or this is how we navigate the field and be able to work the singles and twos?
I think hitting the ball at the park is natural for most of us. So I think it was working the singles, things like that, finding gaps. Because I think we have a lot of finger spinners in the Caribbean, but we don't have a lot of wrist spinners. So when we international cricket and we get wrist spinners, we're clueless to what's going on. So they have a lot of them in India. So that's, I think, what I work on, batting a lot of wrist spin with the ball, spinning both ways.
Yeah.
Do you think you're better now?
By far.
How important is it that you put in the work in India? Because when I think about Indian cricket, and I always compare it to West Indies whenever we lose, I always say in India there's a system, and that's something I have a lot of respect for, because when we lose a top Indian player, there's always another one right there waiting to pick up that spot. And Odean, the player sometimes is just as good as the one he's replacing, sometimes even better.
I think they play cricket. Their first class seasons are very long.
Yeah.
So most of the year they're playing cricket. We have a 4-day season, which they only have 6 games, I think, no?
Yeah.
6 games, and then the Super 50, which is like a month, and that's it. Yeah. So if the regional board is not having like club cricket and stuff like that, and club cricket is way different from regional cricket, where they'll pick out all the good players to play regional cricket, but in club cricket, it's like you're not going to get the quality you get in club cricket in regional cricket. So
I'll give you a story. I used to score in club cricket back home.
You did?
Yeah, I used to score professionally. I used to get paid to score.
That explains the issues with the wrong scores.
Don't worry with him. It was actually really good. I want to ask him though, ignore Ricardo. The scores were good. Okay, so you got the work in. We have CPL. It's one of our products. It's something I look forward to the most.
Yeah.
Like when it's CPL time, you'll not see me on the zone. I'm gone to CPL to work, of course. You're playing for Ghana Amazon Warriors, and they'll need you, because one thing I'm very sad about with regards to Ghana Amazon Warriors is you always get to the finish line, but you never cross it. The team, we've had some of the best stars. You've gone undefeated throughout the season. Do you think this is one of the years? And I know the answer is going to be yes. You're going to have to tell me yes. But based on the team that you have this season, are you going to do anything different?
I always have a good team. But I don't know what's wrong, to be honest.
I'm sorry to put you on the spot because you really don't have an answer.
Yeah, we're always getting to the semifinals, the finals, and then I don't know what goes wrong. But, you know, hopefully this year, we could make that final step, because I think I would really love that for the Guyana team.
Any personal goals for yourself for this CPL? Make
some runs for a change. I've been getting wickets, but I'd really like to make some runs.
Yeah, talking about making runs, right? So often we see you batting way down the order. Even for the West Indies, we'll see you coming at 9. I think I've seen you coming at maybe even 10. Would you like to bat higher up the order, 6, 7 maybe? Definitely.
I would really love to bat up the order, but in the West Indies team, they have a lot of all-rounders. So it is, for now, it's kind of difficult, but I've been working on my stuff, so hopefully soon you'll see me batting at 6 or 7. But it's difficult when you have guys like Jason Holder and a lot of all-rounders who's been playing for a long time. So that's the reason some of the times that I'm batting at 9, 10. But I don't mind, because wherever I bat, I'm going to make some runs. So, but I'd really love to go up to 6 or 7.
Yeah, with the way you bat, I guess whatever number you come in, there's an opportunity for you to make an impact because of your style. I want to go back though, because you mentioned your high school Magotty and how you don't necessarily have great stars coming out of that institution, and so you are quite an inspiration to everyone who attends Magotty and everyone in the community and so on. But I think you have a fantastic story because of your introduction to Jamaica youth cricket. And I just want you to take us back to when you got that first call and you were told that you would be part of the Jamaica youth team.
It was, I think I played a game in Cross Keys where I made 100. It wasn't a lot of balls either. And the coach for the team that time, I think he was one of the selectors for the Jamaica team. So I got called to the trials. I went through the process like everybody else. That time, I was probably bowling faster than I'm bowling right now. So, I was different from most of the guys because I didn't run from very far.
Right.
So I could hit the ball and I could bowl very fast. So I think I was home, or I think I was at Sabina Park when they told me, I got selected for the team. But when I got selected, I didn't have any passport, so I had to try and get a passport.
Right.
My mom took me to Kingston to get the passport, but I think on her last name is Scarlett, so there was two T's on her Scarlett on her birth certificate, and there was one T on mine, and we had like 1 week to get it done. So, and it was like 3 days left, and they told us that we couldn't get it. It was like we had to get it like a week after.
Wow.
Yeah, she cried for the entire day.
What about you? Did you cry?
Nah.
I would have been so mad.
She cried, but my father took me to get it. So I got it just in time to be on that tour. But that's one of the things also that have driven me to go out and always do my best to ensure that my family is living the way that they should be living. Yeah.
We're gonna get to that, but that first call up, did it surprise you?
As I said, I was different from everybody else. I was expecting it.
You were expecting it?
I was kind of expecting it.
The boy from Magati.
I was watching everybody else, and I was like,
stuff.
he's not bowling as fast as I am bowling. So I was like, there's probably 2 all-rounder spots. I could probably get one.
Wow.
And I was confident that I would get a spot. So I was expecting the call. I would have been disappointed if I didn't, but I was expecting it.
Yeah.
How old were you then?
I was like 17, 18, because I played 2 years under 19.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to get into your business a little bit, right?
Oh no.
Because you spoke about the family.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes as sportsmen and women, when you're starting to advance, and especially sometimes when you're from certain communities, like everybody wants a thing now. How do you deal with that? Because I'm sure everywhere you go, yeah man, Nadine is making some good money now.
Well, I try to look out for those who looked out for me.
That's a good start.
Yeah, I have to look out for those who looked out for. If I have it, I'll give it to you. But if I don't, I'm not going to go out my way to try and get it. So, I always try to take care of, my family. As I said, if I have it, you'll get it.
Yeah.
But if I don't, next time.
Yeah, he's so easygoing, isn't he?
Yeah.
And to be honest, this is one of my very calm interviews. I'm speaking to him and I just feel like it's so calm. And that's unlike a lot of cricketers, so big up.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, so we have CPL coming up in August. Of course, there's West Indies cricket that you are thinking about. What is Odean Smith thinking in terms of where he wants to be in the next 2-3 years? There's this question that we always ask cricketers, especially those who play a lot of franchise cricket. Do you see yourself ever playing Test cricket? Do you even want to play Test cricket? You can be honest. It's fine. It's a safe space.
Is it?
Currently, I'm unsure.
Yeah. And that's fine.
Yeah, I'm unsure right now. Probably when I get my fitness to that level, it will be something that I can consider, because coming from bowling 4 overs daily to bowling 20 is a big step. So I think I'll have to get a lot of things in order before thinking about that.
For a cricketer like you, because of how you play, you are aggressive.
Yeah.
You're aggressive with the bat, you're aggressive with the ball, you're aggressive in the field. Is Test cricket less attractive to you given the T20 landscape and how many events you could potentially play over a 12-month period, and the remuneration probably better as well?
No, I don't think so. Because I played a lot of 4-day cricket, even in Trinidad, which I really liked. I really liked playing 4-day cricket. But when I transitioned from playing 4-day cricket to T20, it's easy to leave from Test cricket to T20 than to leave from T20 to Test cricket. It's a very big jump. but you know, I've always liked Test cricket. You know, something whenever the West Indies team is playing, you know, sit and watch it.
Me too.
And I think if I played Test cricket, it would really help my bowling.
Yeah.
So it's not something that's off the board, but it's something I'd have to, you know, really think about.
Yeah, I'm gonna bowl you a leg spinner here. How do you think the team is gonna do in Zimbabwe?
They should qualify. I'm really confident that they should qualify. They played 2 practice games that they won convincingly. So, you know, I think with the teams there, you know, they'll probably get a couple fights, but, you know, they should pull through, I think.
How disappointed are you that you are not there?
I was disappointed at first, but when they explained to me, I was like, okay, I understand. I would be disappointed if I'm not in the World Cup squad.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'll be working towards that.
What was the explanation? If you can say.
I probably can't say.
Okay, well, we will not get you
No
in
pressure.
trouble. No trouble.
No pressure at all. Odean, it's been an absolute pleasure. The time went by so quickly. We appreciate you coming in and having a candid discussion with you. And we'll be looking out to see how you improve over the next few months and the years to come. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
All right, Odean Smith, Jamaica, West Indies, Guyana Amazon Warriors, Gujarat Titans. Take your pick. He's a monster of a player. Fabulous, fabulous. Big hitter of the ball. And yeah, he can bowl fast too. We take a break. We'll be back.
Stay with SportsMax on YouTube and follow us on all social pages for updates, news and entertainment.